Hi guys and welcome back to another DrAce video, and today we're going to be playing MotoGP 24. Today we are going to be using Maverick Vinales in the MotoGP Academy game mode, and I'm going to be teaching you how to improve your lap times in the circuit of Jerez. So here we go then, boys and girls. Keep an eye on the right hand side of your screen. That is my controller overlay. That is going to show you all of my button inputs and presses, so you can see exactly how I'm manipulating the controller during the circuit of Jerez with the Aprilia RSGP. Now, first things first, if you want to know what controls does what, check out the link in the description down below, at least the description, just so you can see exactly what buttons I'm pressing and what buttons do what. So into the first corner then, we're going to be nice and tight to the apex, gentle on the power. I'm using a lot of throttle, but also feathering it so the throttle is not just getting jammed on, it's getting it inputted in such a way that the bike doesn't start spinning the rear up and then start wheeling. So of course you've got to be so careful with the wheelies here on MotoGP 24. So now we completed sector 1, let's see that again. So we're going to prepare ourselves. First things first, make sure you get a good entrance into the Lorenzo corner. So brake, run a little bit wide if you want to go for the really tight apex, that's entirely up to you, preference is up to you. And as we now get onto the power, we're going to try and keep within track limits and keep an eye to the left hand side there. There is a sign there on the left, bang, brake right at the Estrella Galicia 0.0 sign, and it should be good enough every single time. If you're not that confident and you don't think it's not early enough, then brake a little bit early, but always gauge that as a little bit of a reference point for you to start braking. Move over to the right hand side here and pull back into the apex, use a bit of brake to slow the front of the bike down, pull in with the apex and turn in across for sector 2. Now sector 2 proved to be quite difficult here. The AI does something really weird in that mid corner there, so you do lose a lot of momentum brewing as you go up to the Cito Pons corner and then all the way down to the Dani Pedrosa corner for here on the right hand side. This is a very tough sector, it is extremely quick and it's very hard to get right because the actual parameters to get the gold is very tough, but as long as you get silver, happy days for all. So onto the brakes and on the right hand side. Notice how much brake is being applied with the front brake. It's not fully jammed on or slammed on, it's just casually pressed up to about 60, 70, 80, possibly 90%. So now we start sector 3, same place we just finished off. You can use the ride height device or not, that's entirely up to you, but brake here just after the 200-meter braking point. Now I actually went a little bit late there because I lost a bit of confidence on the front brake, but utilising the rear brake, pulling on the brake, not hard enough to crash but hard enough to slow the bike down, I had a lot of momentum still to catch on to the left-hander. Now into left hand side again, brake nice and early for the Martinez Aspar corner and really follow the apex into the left-hander. Brake earlier now for the right-hander of Angel Nieto, keep on tight to the apex, bring on the power and get across to achieve the gold. So let's see that one more time. Again, as I mentioned, you can use ride height device, I'll show you now, and then brake here at the 200-meter marker. Now under that braking there, you're going to see me go really hard on the brakes on the initial brake, but release it as you get closer towards the corner. A lot of players complain that the bike doesn't turn under braking. That's because you're locking the front. Don't brake at 100%, reduce the brake down and brake around 80 to 90%. Don't push all the way down to the bottom of the plastic in the controller. Now onto the right hand side, keep it in tight, run it a bit wide and then across to achieve the gold. Now from sector 4, this is a pain in the backside because it does start you mid-corner and the bike has a little bit of a wobble. Can be a bit awkward to get used to, but once you've got the rhythm of how it bobbles, you'll be alright to continue from there. Careful of the wheelie going into the Crivier corner, push back with the Analogue Stick there to try and reduce the weight onto the front end, but now as we get onto the power, I wouldn't advise using the ride height device. I tried it for this particular guide and I would not recommend using it going in from turn 12 up into turn 13 for the Lorenzo corner. Get onto the power nice and casually and across the line, that should be good enough for gold. So let's see this one more time. Here is the little bobble mid-corner, not ideal. Run it onto the curbs and keep it in tight, keep it really tight for the curb on Pellegui, and then bring on the power. So in here, I'm going to push backwards on the right analog stick, but on the left analog stick to the right, and then move over so you touch the curbs here, then back into the curbs again, and then onto the power to touch the curb once more, but brake just after that shadow there, that Estrella Galicia border above is exactly where you need to be braking. Aim to get underneath the bridge, power on, and hopefully get across the line to yet again achieve a gold sector time. So now let's put it all together from the Lorenzo corner all the way down to Lorenzo corner again. Let's see what we can do. So quick recap, don't forget to subscribe if you're enjoying the video. Turn 1, bang, the Strega Lithia sign is right there on the left hand side. Actually a little bit later than I wanted to be there, but not a problem because you still, with the nature of that corner, can feed yourself around into that corner. Now brake early for the Michelin corner and keep it in tight, run across that curb, change of direction really early there as well. So before the bike gets to that apex, make sure Maverick Vinales is leaning into the left hand side before you hit the apex of the third corner. If you don't get to the apex and you're not turning in time, you will go too wide and crash off the circuit. Power on down the straight here, all the way up to the Dani Pedrosa corner, 200 meter marker, bang, start braking in now, nice and calm, nice and firm, using a lot of rear brake, we pull in tight to the apex of turn 6. Run over to the right hand side here so you're getting close to the curbs, so you get that big swing going into turn 7. Don't be afraid of running it on the curbs here, but just don't run the rear tyre off the track, and keep it in to the left hand side. Follow the apex, follow that curb all the way around the Martinez Aspar corner. Brake early here for the Angel Nieto, run it on the curb. Bring onto the power, hit the curb, turn in. Keep it in tight. Don't worry about bouncing and bobbling on the rumble strip. You won't lose too much time by doing so. Bit aggressive on the front brake there just to try and reduce that apex and keep it in again tight. Little bit of front brake if you need it. Power on, Strega Lithia sign, brake again. Going for that wider sweeping line this time around, a little bit wide just to show you the difference. Onto the power, make sure not to go full acceleration because the bike will start to wheelie, feather it on, get across the line, that's another gold. So let's see this one more time before we conclude today's video. You know what I'm going to say, underneath the UFO we will look to Strega Lithia, bang, start braking, turning in at the very last second. Keep it into the Expo 92, bring on the power. Now as this green part there starts to end, you can start braking in going into the Michelin corner. Move over to the right hand side, straighten up, turn in early, turn in early. Got to turn in early for turn 3. If you don't, you'll run it in too wide. Now keep it into the apex of turn 4. Bring on the power and begin feathering that throttle. Try not to power on too aggressively, otherwise you're going to start to wheelie, or worse, the rear tyre will start to spin and skid. That'll lose you time and it'll lose you tyre wear, so just be careful if you're going to try and get onto the power prematurely. Braking again at the 200 meter marker, going to go a little bit wide almost by braking just that aggressively and a little bit more. Feels like you're going to go wide, but once you start braking in the trail braking, you can fix it and you feel okay in the end. Again, don't be shy of the curb. You know what I'm going to say here for turn 8? Follow that curb. Follow it, keep it in, and then release. Now as you go over to the brakes here, nice and early on the brakes, just after the blue part, and now get onto the power. Bring on the power again, keep it in tight to the apex for Pelequi, then power on. Again, do not be shy of touching the curbs. They're all right in the circuit of Jerez. Very tight to the apex now as we lean over to touch the curb there, back into the right hand side. You know what I'm going to say? The Strega Lithia sign, brake. This will put us in a prime spot for a tighter apex this time around for us to hit the ride-out device and casually bring on the power. Nice quick upshift there just to maintain the speed to avoid the wheelie as well. And that again is another gold lap time here in Jerez. So guys, I sincerely hope this video has helped you. If it has, let me know in the comment section down below and I will see you in the next video tomorrow. Thanks for watching, like and subscribe. See you in the next one. Ciao for now. Oh hi, didn't quite see you there. Good to see you're still here. If this video didn't quite set your appetite, then why not watch some more DrAce content by clicking the video shown on screen now. Furthermore, if you would like to follow me on social media, you can do so now with the links down in the description. Consider subscribing so you don't miss a single DrAce video.